Hello everyone, it is me, LEGO Armstrong Fan 3, coming at you with another LEGO Town set to review for you guys, and we'll be looking at this set here, which is LEGO Set 6621. It's called the Fire Truck. Now this set came out in 1984. It was part of the LEGO Town theme, as well as the Fire sub-theme, obviously. The set comes with about 32 pieces, and it was originally recommended to ages 6 through 12. Now, I picked up the set itself at a LEGO convention called FANA'BRIQUES for €6, which is a bit steep for my liking. I would have rather paid €3 or €4 just for the little set itself. However, I do not know the original pricing of the fire truck, but that doesn't really matter anyway. So let's take a closer look at the set itself, and I'll tell you what I think about it at the end of this video. We'll go ahead and first look at the minifigure that you get with the set, and as you can see, this is the firefighter itself. Now this was the typical look of any firefighter minifigure from the late 70s up until the early 90s, with all of its basic looks. As you can see here, the minifigure is wearing a white firefighter helmet as well as a black outfit, with some printing that can be seen on the torso there, from the red belt to the yellow buttons. Other printing that can be seen here can be found at the headpiece there, as you can see, with the classical smiley face, with mine being a little bit worn, but it is period correct though, which is cool. No back printing is to be seen on the torso nor the headpiece there, but other than that, you can see the firefighter is holding on to a fire extinguisher in light gray. So that's all there is to be said for the minifigure itself. Now let's look at the fire truck. And here it is. Now as you can see, the fire truck is pretty small for what it is, being that most of the other builds of this type were usually much bigger than this truck. But I guess this was the type of set that would have been sold to the kid who didn't have a lot of money and could only spend so much. Moving on, the truck is more than 9 studs long, but if you include the ladder, then that would add up to about 14 studs. Also, the truck is just about more than 4 studs wide, with the door handles sticking out. And the main colors of the build are red, and that's it. Otherwise, you've got your basic details featured on the truck itself, including the headlights, the black grille, the clear windshield, opening doors, but there's no roof to be seen here, which kind of disappoints me. I wish LEGO could have done that. So, to compensate, they just threw in this fence piece. And I guess that's fine, because that would allow the ladder to spin and have a bigger radius, I guess you'd call it. And the ladder would need to stick onto something that's level. Plus, when you move this out of the way, you've got clear access to the interior there. And you can see the blue steering wheel, and we'll go ahead and fit the minifigure inside. There you can see the minifigure looks pretty good there, and it works. You can see the firefighter is right under the ladder, and it just clips onto those 2 studs. Looking at the back here, you can see you've got the fire extinguisher that has been split into 2, just so that when the ladder is being moved around, the fire extinguisher won't be in the way, because otherwise it would be knocked off almost constantly. Looking at the bottom of the build, there you can see that on the metal axles there's been a lot of surface rust, which can be seen here, and that looks really awful. But it still rolls just fine, and you can see you've got the red studs there and these small tires. So there's a look at the fire truck itself, but before we look at the instructions, let's get some footage of the ladder working. Here you can see the ladder that is in full motion, and the thing does spin, not in a full circle though, which is unfortunate, but this is to be expected with the minifigure blocking the ladder as well as the windshield here. But the thing does move up and down, which is a plus, and you can, of course, fit the minifigure onto there. Just like so. Now we'll look at the instructions, and as you can see they're pretty small, like the fire truck itself. Anyways, on the front there you can see the picture of the set itself, as well as a yellow Legoland banner. Unfortunately, my copy of the instructions have some sort of stain on the front there, as you can see. Don't really know what that is, but moving on. On the back here you've got 3 different pictures of suggested ideas that you can build. Then you've got the picture of the completed build, and here's some information about the instructions themselves, as well as the year of the set. So that's all there is to be said about the instructions. Now let's move on to my final thoughts of the set. So there's my look at the fire truck Lego set 6621 from 1984. Overall, I think this is a decent set, being what it is, and being so small. Its limitations are excusable, because everything works out at the end. So, there's my look. Hope you've enjoyed watching this review. If you did, then please be sure to check out my YouTube channel, where I post Lego reviews every now and then, whenever I have the time. So if you've lasted this long, I'd like to thank you for it, and I'll see you in the next video.